Hey guys, subscribe for daily content, and if you're shopping for gear, make sure you check out the description for the newest items at some of the very best online retailers. There's also links for some of the items that I personally recommend. Thanks!
What's going on YouTube? Metal Complex here, and today we've got something perhaps even more exciting than the first Winterblade Co. knife that I unboxed. If you don't know, I'm doing these all separate videos. Brian Winters of Winterblade Co. sent me 3 new models, which is a lot. That's a lot for my brain to process. Usually, I only have to process 1 new Winterblade Co. a year, maybe 2, but they're spread apart. These are oftentimes when Brian makes a knife, it like alters the entire knife community. Everybody freaks out and loses their mind, right? It's like a new freaking Elder Scrolls game dropped. That's what it feels like for the gaming industry, right? When an Elder Scrolls game drops, it like resets the bar for everything. That's how I feel opening these things up. So, I wanted to do an individual video for each one of these knives. There's just too much to look at to put them all in one video. So this is the second of 3 unboxings. I cannot wait. I'm reading about what this is. I haven't looked at it yet, but it sounds insane. Thank you so much to Winterblade Co., Brian Winters, for sending this in. This, along with the other models, are going to drop on his website, winterbladeco.com, on October 23rd, 2024. Definitely not something to miss. I will link it in the description. Thanks so much to my patrons for supporting me. What the heck do we have today? Oh, boy. I'm so excited. I cannot wait to check this out. This is the M-Fire in Vanax, and it looks like we have titanium and carbon fiber. If I'm not mistaken, I think this is manufactured by Kunwu, which is interesting. We have not had any of his models manufactured by anybody outside of Bestech. And did Riot do one? I can't remember. I believe that this is the case here. Let's open this up. I'm sorry, I was reading. So cool. So, right away, it looks very Winterblade Co-y, right? And we have, oh, what is this strange little mechanism? Is this freaking carbon fiber? Why does it look so cool? Why does it look like snakeskin? Wow. Very interesting. Okay, really, really beautiful. I think it's just the subtle bevels there making this look a little bit different. So this is a dual action knife. Let's read. I'm going to be reading here, okay? The new dual-action Winterblade M-Fire folding knife features our latest magnet-driven blade deployment technology. We call it the M-Fire system. 2 powerful neodymium? That's not a word that I come across every day. Neodymium. Magnets assist in kicking out the blade and also double as a strong magnetic detent. Very interesting. I can't wait to experience that. Although it operates much like an automatic, the M-Fire has a bias towards closure, basically a detent, and is considered an assisted action knife under U.S. law. Tricky way of getting around that. I mean, it's the there's literally nothing else like this. If you're not in a magnetic mood, the M-Fire can also be converted to a manual non-magnetic folding knife simply by removing its 2 internal magnets. That is super, super cool. Okay, so how... Oh man, that was wild. The sound. Oh, hold on. God, that is wicked. I love this. So this does not feel like an assisted knife, definitely, and it also does not feel like an automatic. I'm gonna do my best to describe how this feels. What is this? I don't understand. This has got to be housing for something. So this switch, it doesn't feel, it's got no play in any direction. So I have to overcome, yeah. When I pull down, you're overcoming a force that's pushing back the other way. You can kind of see right there. So as soon as you pull down, it deploys with substantially more force than you can see. Yeah, so you can overcome it. Oh my gosh, that is so cool. So the closest thing that we had to this in previous models was the Mirage, where you pull down and it was, this is about 1/4 the power. Maybe as much as half, but it doesn't feel nearly, and this was a cool knife, right? If it wasn't for Brian's other designs, this probably would have felt much better. This was still incredibly innovative. It's just that he released, the Factor and the Severn, and this just felt a little lackluster by comparison. This feels substantially better. Everything feels better. Did Kunwu do this? This is wild, man. Absolutely wild. So pull back. Yeah, it's so much more powerful. So much. It's not going to be as powerful as like your ProTech side opening autos, but the amount of force that's throwing the blade, you can see there's the magnet. Plenty of power throwing the blade. Super cool. And I love, oh yeah, you can easily just deploy it this way too or wheel it out. It's so simple. I love that. So basically just, if you want to, the amount of force that's needed to overcome it, to close it, is pretty substantial, right? So, whoops, you don't need... That's going to take some getting used to. The amount of wrist flick to get it back into the close position, which, by the way, as soon as you pull this down, you can simply close it like that. It's real simple, right? But if you're wanting to like whip it closed, yeah, there we go. Then you have to kind of, in your mind, remember exactly how much force there is to overcome, because it's right here. This magnetic force right here is what you're trying to overcome, which is almost enough to just like let it throw the blade back out, right? That is so cool. Oh man, that is so cool. Yeah, definitely more satisfying than the Mirage. But let's go ahead and do size comparisons up against the other models here. In fact, before we do that, and I've also got the new, if you missed my last unboxing, the new Factor 8 or the XL Factor. Let's go ahead and measure this. So the M-Fire coming in at 7 1/8. These always feel like much larger knives because there's so much more going on with the knife, and it has such a loud aesthetic and it has such a loud personality that the knife feels inexplicably larger than it is. And if you've ever handled one of these knives, you'll understand exactly what I'm saying. Your brain can't really focus in on the overall length of the thing because there are too many other elements that are just kind of blowing your mind. These are so different than anything else that we normally have on the market. The coolest thing, if you're new and you're skeptical, which is fine, a lot of times you see mechanisms like this and you think, okay, so it's gimmicky, so is it strong? That's the great thing about Winterblade Co. is they develop, or Brian Winters develops locking systems that are unbelievably easy, convenient to manipulate, and super fun, and innovative and unique, right? But also incredibly strong. It's wild that he's able to put all of this stuff together. That's so rare. We haven't had anything like this for so long. And I mean, he is single-handedly kind of evolving the locking systems that, that we have in the knife world. I mean, I can easily see these being things that we, see way more often way down the road, But anyways, yeah, 7 1/8. So here it is up against the Mirage. Here it is up against the standard Factor. I think this was a B2. And then we have the Severn, a little larger, right? I'll put that up right here. And then the other new one that also drops on October 23rd is going to be the 8, or the Factor 8, or the Factor XL. So there it is up against that one. Definitely super cool. So yeah, I'm a huge fan of this. I think this is awesome. The biggest problem for me is deciding which one I want to carry first to start my review process of these. These are a little bit more complicated, and given that they are completely and totally different, it's not nearly as simple as, somebody sending me their latest liner lock. Like, I kind of already understand how they work. Everybody understands how they work, and I'm really just like I'm commenting on the design and whether or not I personally enjoy carrying it. This has got a bajillion other elements, right? So I'm going to do my best to have these reviewed right around the time that they release, to give you guys my honest thoughts. But each system has its own unique ins and outs, right? In the case of the Factor 8, it's like adjustable, like the detent, the magnetic detent itself is adjustable. So there's quite a bit to cover there. But it'll be fun. I mean, this is the kind of thing that makes my job a lot more interesting, is getting to experience this stuff, right? So anyways, let's weigh it real quick. So I can give you guys an idea of what it weighs. So cool, man. 4.1 ounces, not bad. This is legitimately a totally different feeling. It's completely solid too. Completely different feeling than both assisted and automatic, and substantially. God, the sound it makes too. Hold on. If this is actually done by Kunwu, this is incredible, right? I mean, we're all familiar with Kunwu, but I did not know that they could do stuff like this. That is absolutely wild. Very cool. That's going to be it today, guys. Thanks again to Brian Winters. Please check out the website down in the description. Make sure to follow me on Instagram at metal_complex and on TikTok at _metal_complex. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like. If you'd like to check out my other content, I do, of course, have lots of videos of knives that are either expensive or inexpensive that I do or don't like, so check those out. If you enjoy all my content, go ahead and click on that Metal Complex logo right there and subscribe because there's definitely more coming. Thanks again for watching, everybody, and have a great day.